Outside, repair the missing siding on the south side of the house and finish the siding on the northeast side of the dog pit.
The roof is done over the kitchen, we got that, except for there is one drain piece, it's like a decorative piece that we've got to put up, but that is completed. And we got the piece of siding that's on the north side top. We got it put up, but the piece underneath that window has not been replaced because we're replacing that window. And then
What
the
side of the
weather
house?
turned off.
What
I'm
side of
sorry?
the house is the siding on?
Talk about the north side.
Okay.
Or,
No, it'd be the-
sorry, south side.
Only the west side, but the south side would be
Facing
facing water tower.
Yeah, it's the south side.
So there was a piece
That
of,
side the house.
piece
There
of,
was two pieces of siding.
Oh, all the way at the top. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there
never
was a
mind.
long
Oh,
piece at the top that we got put up there.
and that's the north side.
It's on
That's the south side.
south side. And then there's a little short piece missing underneath that window. We have not replaced it yet because we're planning on replacing that window. So there wasn't much sense in, we thought we were gonna get it done before Mother Nature had other thoughts. So the roof over the kitchen is done. And the one siding on the south side, we did not get the siding completed in the dog pit though. That's the one we had a special order that had came in
Yeah.
the day of the last meeting.
Did you pick it up?
We do have it, yes.
Okay.
But with siding, you try and hit it, try and nail it or clip it in right now, it's gonna shatter. And it's special order, there's nothing that I can do until we get warmer weather. I'd like to ask to have a continuance until probably April or May on that, because of weather rates.
You concur with all of it, everything she said?
They just got the north side, the roof is done, and the siding on the north side has to be done yet.
South side.
I'll make a motion,
North side,
I'll make,
Siding on the north side needs
that's
to be
not done.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we continue it till the April meeting.
Second.
Have it done by April, that's a lot of time.
Well, it is, but a lot of it's gonna be, we don't know what the weather's gonna be, I get it, but we do have a weather thing here.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get it, if it warms up and we can get it done, we will.
Yeah,
But-
if you can get it done by April, so I'll
We'll
make
try
that,
everything
I'll make
possible,
that
but-
motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Siding. The next one is 419 West Jasper Street. And that is Alonzo Palmer and Tina Hood. Are they not here? They were to finish cleaning up the junk, trash, and debris in the yard and mow it, and to replace the broken and damaged windows. You found that there was willful non-compliance with prior orders and imposed a $2,500 fine that was held in abeyance, provided that all the junk and debris is removed by December 15th to the satisfaction of John Schwartz, and there is sufficient progress on the above ordered actions to be completed by December 15th.
So the windows are not done. As far as the yard in the back, I went to check it today, but you can't really tell much with all the snow on it. So, I don't think that much has changed there either.
So they really haven't done anything.
I don't think they have. Unless they got something hid somewhere that I can't see. I don't know.
Discussion?
Well, it's kind of hard when they don't show.
It is. But also, he can't say for sure one way or another because the snow's not there.
Yeah.
But they're not here either. I guess I would make a motion that fine that we have in abeyance, go ahead and institute that fine and order the town men to contract someone to clean up the junk and bill the landowner, and if they don't pay, of course, we will put it on their property taxes. And due to the weather, we'll give it till April to be done.
Second.
Was that a second?
Yep.
It's been moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
What all is there to clean up?
When the snow melts, you just have to look it over. There's,
It's
last
just
week,
stuff that's in public view.
yeah, there was tires and,
I'll get with John, I'll
Most
find out what
everything-
all this stuff is.
most
We won't
everything.
contract it, we'll do it.
yeah, whatever works.
And the last one is 502 South Newton Street, Joe Deal. And 1 second here. You are going to cover or replace the damaged front steps with brick, complete the tuck pointing, and finish trimming out the windows.
I got the wood on the windows, and then I got the steps covered with the brick, but it's not adhered to the concrete underneath yet. But it is ready to
So you got the bricks on the steps, but it's not mortared.
break. Or, it's not, well, yeah, right.
And what'd you say about the trimming out the windows?
Yes. Yeah,
Is it trimmed out?
windows, yeah.
Some of them are, I don't think all of them are done. And the tuck pointing, looks like, to me, he's, might have got 3 spots done out of everything. I took pictures of what I thought he's done. He had some scaffolding up right after the last meeting, and for a couple of days, and that was it. I ain't seen him there all
Not since,
the rest of the month.
What,
I didn't have.
You didn't see
I didn't
these
do any
last
stuff.
month, Jim.
I didn't do any tuck pointing since the last.
How much tuck pointing do you think is still there to do?
A lot.
I mean, so what they were talking about last time was that you were gonna have to make progress on these, and you may not, finish everything, but you gotta show some progress. So what do you think has changed since the last meeting?
The wood on the windows and,
When you say the wood on the windows, you didn't board up the windows, did you? Okay,
no trim.
all right, all right.
so has this been fixed?
That one, yes.
It has been fixed?
Yes, that one has.
Now,
But there's a lot more that haven't.
this is, I seen him do myself, just above the windows on the north side. And he did some up here, I believe, when he had scaffolding up, but I'm not positive about that. But you can see there's still a lot of,
So, but he has made some progress?
and after a year, very, very little.
That's true.
So you gotta pick up the pace when the weather breaks?
Or before. But yes.
Discussion?
That one wasn't touched yet.
With the weather being the way it is, I mean, how long do you think before you have significant progress?
I think once it hits 42, 45, or 50, then I can get back to the tuck pointing. So Thursday's supposed to be nice. And I was planning on coming back then.
Continue it till April and expect to see significant progress?
But can I still come back for
Yeah.
January?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, we'll continue to January then. Okay. It's motion.
Yep, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That's all I had, Jim.
Anything else, John?
Had a couple billing permits, and I had 2 people remove their own cars. Do
Do you, if you have a building and it has a door and you replace it with another door or a different size door, does that require a building permit?
As in a walk-in door or from a walk-in door to a drive-in door?
Let's say we go from a pedestrian door to a large overhead door.
Our understanding that if you change it, you have to.
Can you cite me that in building code where it requires
Only
a
if
building?
it's adding square footage.
Can you cite,
Not adding square footage.
Right, that's the only time they need a building permit, is if something is adding square footage.
that was my understanding as well.
Right.
Is that true?
I don't know the building code, Jim, I'm sorry.
We can't cite people for anything that we can't cite it in the code and show them in the building code where this is, where it's deficient. What happens to us if we don't?
I thought it was if there was a structural change, and if you're saying the frame of the door increased in size?
Well, the building in question used to have an overhead door.
Okay.
It did?
Yeah, it was a gas station.
The old liquor store,
Yeah,
it had an overhead door on the front?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a gas station.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It had an overhead door. Someone moved in, made it a liquor store. They framed in the overhead door, put in a pedestrian door. Current owner took out the pedestrian door, put it back to an overhead door.
Okay, I would say that probably doesn't take a building permit because it was already framed out for a garage door.
Well, that's kind of what I thought. And what happens to the town if we cite someone for something and penalize them and it's not according to our building codes?
Well, it's void, first of all. That's why you have a code, that's the standard they're held to. I think that's it, though. I don't think.
That wouldn't be grounds for a lawsuit?
No.
Well, we can't hold
I agree you shouldn't be doing that.
We can't hold someone to a building code that doesn't exist. Any time we cite someone, we have to be able to show them in the building code, and preferably in the citation, this is where, this right here in the building code is where you're in violation. If you don't, we don't have any business writing them up. So, are we clear on that? Okay. Financials, Tina.
Okay, at the end of November in our general, we ended with $383,919.09. In our water operating, we ended with $63,542.78. Sewer operating, $319,894.84. Trash, we ended with $41,693.34, and it gives us a grand total of $1,915,524.54.
And you need a resolution here for to move some money around?
Yep.
Okay. I make a motion, we adopt the resolution to move unobligated balances into accounts where they're needed.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Is that it, Tina?
I have one other thing, more maybe a Judd question. It was brought to my attention that taxable fringe benefits from IRS, if the council lets our town employees drive the vehicles home or for any other use, that's a taxable fringe benefit, and they have to be taxed for that on their W-2.
I thought, are they on call?
24/7, 365.
Yeah.
That may be the difference. I'd have to look at that.
Okay.
I can.
It was just brought to my attention, and I don't want, not saying that I have ever gotten an IRS audit, but I don't want one, and then that's brought up, so I'm just trying to cover bases.
I'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
Anything else, Tina?
No, that's it.
Fire department?
Oh, I have a quick question on that one. If there was like a water line bust or something like that in the middle of the night, where would we call?
The non-emergency number,
Okay. Oh, really?
297-2222.
Okay.
And that's in dispatch.
and then they'll
And they'll
page
pull
them
you
out.
guys out? Okay.
That's a good question. Fire department.
So they are on another gas call right now. I just came home, so Goodland is very gassy. Joe wanted me to let you guys know that he will email you the numbers. And the fire department, our breakfast, even with the snow, we still had a really good turnout. We did have a lot of extra toys that were just given to Maureen for some of the children in the area here that are families that are struggling. She's got a list of people, so she's going to help delegate the extra toys that we did have. That way it still benefits the community and right in time for Christmas. We did just get our uniform, the gear that needs to be ordered. So everybody got their sizing done on that. And the fire 1 and 2 class at the fire department did start this month. I believe there's approximately 10 members in it and a couple that are in there to do a little bit of refreshers.
What's the duration on that class?
They'll be going till May.
May?
Yeah. End of April, possibly beginning of May, depending on when their live fire is. So
Good.
it's a good amount of time, but it's a really good program. Right now they're in hazmat awareness and operations training. So otherwise, we're hoping for an uneventful Christmas, and that's it.
Is that it?
Excellent.
What's the, is it once a month, once a week, the class?
Oh no, they go twice a week for class, and then on Saturdays, depending on the trainer's availability.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they've been staying pretty busy. And I just said the B word, that's not a good word to use.
Thank you. Police department.
Dylan, yeah, Lee State's working on.
Yep.
Oh, he did? Okay. Street, water, and sewer.
Me. I don't have anything, I don't have a lot of things significant, so I'm not gonna read through the whole list. A lot of things are normal stuff, but I am gonna point out a few highlights. Goodland was one of the few towns in the area that did get approved for the community crossing grant, so we'll be doing paving in the spring. Some of the neighboring towns were not as lucky. So I'm grateful for that. The floor has been poured for the aggregate building. They were not able to get the walls up due to the weather. That was supposed to happen the end of last week, beginning this week. Instead, they switched gears and went and demoed the building at Foster Park. That building is to be re-erected at the aggregate building location off to the side where we discussed. Still waiting on Ken to get back to us on the grant for the replacement of the fire hydrants. See what we look at for a match on that grant and what we're looking at for total cost. We're still waiting on quote for the replacement of the pavilion at Foster Park. Whenever that may happen, we at least want to know what the numbers are. And we're still waiting on Town and Country to get us quotes on the crack ceiling, not only at the bank building, but the resurfacing of the tennis court at Foster Park. I believe that's all I've got, unless you've got any questions for me.
Yeah. Apparently we need a new salt spreader.
Yes, we do.
Rather than put it in the new dump truck and then have the salt eat the new dump truck, I would rather put it on a trailer. And we could discuss, do we want to put it on just a cheap trailer or try to put it on a nice one? It's probably going to try to eat the trailer no matter what we put it on.
Yeah, and I've looked at a lot of trailers and I can't find anything high enough to accommodate the spreader. That's why the last trailer you guys had, well, when Kentland had it fabricated with supports to go up higher. I've been talking to Paul Donaldson about that. I've got quotes on a 2-yard and a 3-yard poly spreader to put in the truck. If we're not gonna go that route, which I told him we might not, you guys have another salt spreader in the bay that's similar to the one you have, but in way better shape. And we may be able to put that one on a trailer if Paul can find something for us. He's having trouble getting supplies for Boss equipment right now anyway, So if we did decide to go with a poly box, I think we're gonna be waiting, and we need something soon. So I'm supposed to meet with him tomorrow or Wednesday and see what he thinks about the existing trailer, if it can be salvaged, and put that box on for now. Is that something you guys would be okay with for the time being?
If you think it'll work.
I mean, you already own it, so it's worth a shot. And if we decide to do a poly box, we can still go that route, and then Paul could probably type us up something to put the poly box on.
What do you think it would take for the trailer? If we used our existing one and for the trailer?
I don't know who originally designed that, but when they did the structure on it, they built it with steel channel, but upside down. So every one of those steel channels catches salt the entire time you're salting, and it's eaten through a lot of them. So I don't know what the structural integrity is of it. He may look at it and say, we can't even clean that up to well done.
So if we approved, say, up to $6,000, would that should get you a trailer, shouldn't it?
I would say that would more than cover it, yes, up to.
I'll make a motion that we approve up to $6,000 at Dustin's discretion for a trailer so that we can salt the streets.
And to keep the existing salter.
Yeah. And does the existing one have to have any repairs?
I don't know.
Engine or
It's been
anything?
sitting in the same place since
Bless you.
your prior employees started, and we've never had a use to try to get it started because we had the other one. It's similar, smaller in size than what you guys had, which we have to fill about 1.5 to do the whole town. You and I were talking about something we could fill. The nice part about the poly box is we could fill it, tarp it, and pull it back in the bay if we didn't use all the salt, versus the steel ones that we've got. We have to get that emptied out and then get it washed out after every use, or it goes bad quick.
So should we throw in an extra couple thousand just in miscellaneous repairs to that box, to that spreader?
I mean, that's up to you, but I think 6 would cover even if there was some minor repairs.
Okay.
The engine stuff I'll do myself, and we plan on pulling that out of storage this week and getting at least the engine service, make sure all those components work. Then we'll figure out how to get it on a trailer.
Okay, well, I made that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are you thinking a four-wheel trailer or two-wheel or tandem axle?
Probably a tandem, just with the amount of weight that's gonna be on it. I agree with the trailer thing, and I've been used to running it because I worked for Kentland when they had your salt spreader, and then I've worked here. The bad part is, you get those things loaded, you have to creep through town. You're salting on ice, and I'm coming up to 24, and I've done it several times here in town, where if you don't start slowing down prior to getting to John's house, like way prior, you're sliding through that intersection, because you're not stopping that. That was the only hang-up when you and I discussed it. It absolutely makes 100% sense, because I see what it does to these dump trucks all the time. So we did talk about an aluminum trailer. The bad part is, even if you get one with the axles underneath, it's still not high enough to get your height to where that spreader works. So we would still have to have somebody fab up aluminum brackets to set that thing way up off the trailer, no matter what trailer we get. So yes, I think you can buy a brand new trailer for $4,000, and I don't think you're gonna have that much of fab work from Paul to get your box on there. And then if we decide to do the poly one later, they can go on the same trailer.
Okay. Okay.
So you're thinking of a trailer that'll be a tongue tow, like a camper?
Yep, probably like a middle hitch. Be easier to hook up and a little more forgiving.
How big a one does Donaldson have that slides in the Reeves hitch? How big is that box?
I don't know, they use those, I see them out at, like South Midland's got them on their truck, but I don't know how much it holds, not a lot.
Yep.
We'd have to refill it a bunch. And the bad part with those too is, you're going out there with a backhoe or your tractor, and that thing's only 1/3 of the width of that bucket, so then you're spilling more salt than you're putting in. So it's not a bad idea, I just don't know if it's feasible for a municipality.
I have a question. Do you think, since it's the end of the year, I could get an invoice for this before the end of the year, or do you think I should just encumbrance the money?
No, I'll get you an invoice. I'll have Paul draw something up. So he drew something up, even though he couldn't get a hold of his suppliers on the 2 poly boxes, and I submitted both quotes to Jim, I believe. So that brand new setup was looking anywhere from $11,500 to $12,500, depending on if you get a 2-yard or a 3-yard. But it's all one unit. It's your box, your motor, your spreader, and it just sits on something, gets strapped down, and you run it. But they would have to wire our trucks for the controls, because the buttons would have to go, I mean, like you guys have it now, we've got to put a control box from the trailer into the passenger window of our truck and try to roll the window up as much as we can, set it on the console, and that's how we run the controls for it. You'd have to do something similar for whatever we buy. But I'll be getting with them midweek this week, and I'll get you a quote in.
Is that it, Dustin?
Yep.
Judd?
You have your annual nepotism form to fill out. And that needs to happen like before the end of the year. But it's a pretty simple, it's pretty light lifting. If you haven't seen one before, Jade, there, it's something you'll be doing every year.
Yeah, I did one before.
And then I passed out an ordinance that prohibits wild animals, that amends your nuisance ordinance. Just add in the animals section 91.02, where you would find like you can't have vicious animals and you can't have dogs running at large. That's just a new section that covers wild animals. People who have them have 30 days to get them out. It's enforced the same way the vicious animal ordinance is enforced. And the penalty is the same as whatever a vicious animal violation is.
Could someone who's raising foxes make the claim that these are, several generations away from being wild, so therefore they're tame?
No, it's just a species.
You could. There's domesticated foxes. They exist. I mean, maybe the court might not see it that way, but
This is more of a legal question, so hold on.
Yeah, I'd say no. A fox is a fox and you can't have one. DNR is, I asked DNR how they would handle that, and they can't tell you that you can't. Jason Schoon is who I asked. He said that they will permit it, and the enforcement of a town ordinance is a town issue. They may issue you a permit for it. You still can't have it in the town of Goodland. Their job is to make sure that if you're gonna have one, you house it, you take care of it properly,
Yeah.
not whether you can have one or not.
I don't have them, I'm familiar with the situation.
Yeah.
I thought that one would be grandfathered in, but nobody would be able to bring in new ones.
It's up to them, how they want that in the ordinance. If they want something grandfathered in, or I just made it, what you have, that paragraph 3, about you've got 30 days to comply, that's exactly what your vicious animal ordinance provides right now. That was cut and pasted.
Do you guys want to act on this tonight, or do you want to solicit comments?
I'd like to chew on this.
Solicit comments?
Yep.
I would like to hear from anybody in town who's interested.
Oh, I have a question. If somebody has a fox for a pet, and they've had it for 3 years, how are you gonna let it go wild, back in the wild? What do you do with it if you can't keep it?
Or put it down.
Yep.
That's just fair.
No,
here's the problem.
not the town's
And-
problem.
It's a wild animal. If you
But you
took a
gotta
wild
prove it's
animal out
vicious.
of the wild and raised it,
we usually have silver foxes from Russia.
you
that
should
have been-
probably, stay somewhere where you're not regulated by municipalities.
Is
I mean,
it-
because it gets out of control.
I don't,
Where does it stop?
how do you define wild animals?
Snake, what is?
That's
That's
a snake,
one
is
reason why I
a bird,
wanna-
is a fish in a fish tank, is that all wild animal?
Yeah.
I will
Okay, so what about the cats that run?
I will
around?
give you a copy of this,
Yeah, I've got an extra copy, Jim.
so you can read it.
There's
Oh, you have an extra? Okay.
cats on our end of town that I'd love to get rid of, but
And they're probably feral cats. There's a difference
I
in
don't want to
domesticated and
bog
feral.
this particular meeting down with this tonight,
right.
because not everybody knows what this says. If we could get social media to put this up, and then we are, don't everybody get twisted around the axle here. We're asking for comments. We're not saying we're definitely gonna pass this, or we're definitely not gonna pass this. What we are saying is, we wanna hear from the people of Goodland. What do you have to say? And please, just the people who are against it, come and talk to us. If people are for it, I want them to come and talk to us, so we get a real gauge of how the town feels about this.
Did something happen that somebody had one and it get loose or something?
Those foxes.
On the corner across
People
the street there.
people have complained about the noises that the foxes make
Oh,
south of you.
The
Oh,
ones
so
that-
can I identify the dogs around me that bark 24/7?
These got loose.
These,
Yeah.
those were let out, the way she's got her doors set, somebody let her boxes out, 'cause I'm assuming because of the sounds, and they do sound horrible, but
They do,
she was working on expanding her caging, from my understanding.
I never had it, I never complained about anything, it was very loud, it was terrifying, honestly, because it sounded like a couple of cats killing each other. They were really, and it was every night.
And to your point, yes, call the 297-2222 number, and that's the non-emergency number that rings in over to sheriff. Put in a complaint of a noise nuisance, and the marshal will check it out.
I mean, I try to let it go, but it's constant.
Well, if it's constant, and if
It's
it's,
constant.
and
It
it's,
is. It's just driving me batty. I
right.
can't even work outside.
and that becomes a noise complaint, and dial that number and put in a complaint,
They make
and
headphones.
don't call Dylan directly, don't do any of that, just call that number, that way it's dispatched, it's on record, and we'll have Dylan deal with it.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we will certainly want feedback on this before we do anything.
Yeah, we definitely-
Anything else? No. Judd, thank you. Does anybody have anything else they want to discuss with the town?
I had one thing for John. I got a citation for the cars. He sent one out in November. I got it last week with the other citation. So I just found out about the first one at the same time as the citation. I'll get it taken care of. I'm just saying I just got it Saturday. I just got it in the mail, so.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Will you be having a separate meeting for the wild animal?
No.
To hear, or how are people supposed to contact you guys? Email, calling you, stopping you in the street, or?
All of the above.
Okay, that way people know.
And likewise, on social media, people to get on that. I don't typically get on that, so I may not see it, but I probably will be told.
Social media, like Facebook.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
The Goodland site.
Yeah, I don't even get off it, I don't get on, I don't use it.
That concludes all the items on our agenda. We'll be up here reviewing claims. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And after that, I make a motion we adjourn.